Burgundy Ballers. I don't know how they feel right now, but we're going to get into that here in a second. It is once again your co-host, Jonathan Dowd, at JohnDowdPro_10. And I'm with my great co-host,
DC Commander Justin.
Yes, sir. And guys, it is not Victory Monday. It is not Loss Monday. Oh, no. It is a tied Monday. And I don't like being tied. But besides that, we got a great, wonderful guest along with us. He's not only a sponsor, he's one of the most prolific guys, not only in podcasting on YouTube, but in the Commanders just fan base. The one, Mr. Ramblin himself, the one and only Rio Robinson. Rio, welcome to the show.
Hey, man, what's going on, Justin? What's going on, John? How are y'all feeling? Y'all said it's not a victory Monday or misery. It's like a meh Monday, a mid Monday. Think of the most neutral in-between word. It feels so awkward, man. Like the stadium got silent like a funeral once the final clock ticked. It's like everyone realized at the same time it was a tie.
Brutal. I'm just sitting there, just really. Like, if I want to watch this, might as well just go watch, a little bit of adultery, but I can't enjoy that either. I'm just sitting there just like, what do I do with this?
Like, how do you feel about it? So, it doesn't make sense and it defies logic, but I almost feel like I would rather lose because that's a concrete ending with clarity and conclusion rather than an open ending thing. Like, imagine getting to the series finale of your favorite show and then they just take it away from you and say, come back in 2 weeks. That's what it felt like when this game ended today.
Yeah, 100% agree with that right there. But here's a good thing, though. I mean, yes, it feels like that now, but, next game, we won. Giants aren't going to beat Philly at all. I highly doubt they're going to beat Cowboys at all. There's no way. I don't think. So we should have that one against Giants next week or 2 weeks from now.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a big time matchup. We should definitely bust out the Burgundy on Burgundy for that one.
We better, because guys, if you guys didn't notice, it is Monday. They lost. We tied 20-20. Not in the regular fashion. Oh no, this went to overtime. They subjected the viewers to really 25 more minutes of commercial breaks, 30 more minutes of dog shit gameplay. If I want to see this, I would go play Madden. I'd go down the block and see some high school football because at least that got a little bit entertaining. This wasn't it. We can blame the officiating all we want, and honestly, we can blame the officiating, but play calling did not help this game.
Despite all the bad calls, we had so many opportunities to win this game. So did the honestly, it was like a hold my beer competition of who can lose the game. Like Daniel Jones and Taylor Heineke literally they were like playing ping pong, like, no, you win the game. 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 And that's what was happening. The second half, literally, if Heineke doesn't fumble, the Giants never get in the end zone in the second half. The Giants never get in the end zone after the first half of the game, other than that fumble happening. Yuck game, man. Yuck. I feel I had to take a shower when it ended because I just felt dirty at the result.
Yeah. Yeah, but we also lost a couple players too this week from this game.
Man.
Yeah. Sweat had a concussion. Larson, he got seen after the game wearing crutches. Mm-hmm. Cosme, nobody saw him. He was out of the game. But there's some players that contribute heavily for us that we will probably be missing for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
and hopefully we'll get them back by next game.
Prayers up to Larson, by the way. That looked really bad.
Yeah, because think about this now. We only have our depth is not good to begin with at all. Here are the remaining guys that aren't questionable or out from like the depth chart. Leno, Norwell, Cornelius Lucas, who's already a starter, Wes, Nick Martin, Sadiq Charles. That's it.
Lord.
1, 2, 3, 6 guys.
That's a whole lot of meh, too.
It's a whole lot of meh.
A whole bunch of it, man. Like,
because guys because this is the whole squad right now. Wentz on IR, McKissick on IR, Rulier on IR, Mari Rogers on IR. Milne, Cosme, Larson, all questionable. Chris Paul and Trey Turner, out. Mathis, IR. Chase
We
Young,
need St. Juice back
yes,
desperately, by the way.
we
My
do.
God. Because we played against like a poverty
Yep.
receiving core today, and they had way too many chances. Like, thank God Darius Slayton has brick hands because he dropped like a 50-yard bomb that would have put the dagger in our grave early, like right before we had a chance to go tie it up.
These were their 4 leading receivers. Darius Slayton, 6 for 90. Isaiah Hodgins, 5 for 44 and a tutty. Their rookie tight end, Daniel Bellinger, 5 for 24. Richie James, 3 of 20. Literally no offense from either team. If you look just at stats, one of Heineke's best games. One of his best games if you just looked at stats.
Yep, context matters.
Yep, because he went 27 to 41 for 275 and 2 touchdowns. That's damn near a perfect game for him. Yet, got hands just for decoration. He smelled the Christmas time and said, "You know what? It's time to decorate the house. Let me put the hands up on the shelf and not hold on to the ball."
But honestly, like the fumble, like always, because Taylor's good for a turnover a week. The fumble hurt, but the bigger issue is the missed opportunities. Yeah. We leave so much real estate on that field. First drive of the game, we settled for 3 because Taylor threw the ball 10 feet in the air to Logan Thomas, who was wide open, butt naked, who could have scored on the play possibly. We would have had the ball first and goal at like the 4 at minimum. And we ended up settling for a field goal because he skied it. I don't know how you throw high to a 6'6" tight end, but Taylor manages to do it once or twice a week. He missed Dotson and Samuel on pretty deep passes. When he fled on 3rd and goal, Jahan Dotson was wide open in the middle of the end zone. So, like, there are like 5 throws each week that could dramatically shift the outcome of games. And I would like to see less of that because we're going to need that if we want to actually make some noise and make a playoff run.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Wentz ain't coming back at least until after the next Giants game. So you can kiss away the 2nd round pick. Ain't no way we're getting that back.
No. We're good on that. We're good on the pick now. Like if we put Wentz back in, like we're gonna lose a 3rd, not a 2nd, because he's not gonna see 70% of snaps. So we're good on that at this point.
Oh, okay.
But
I was hurt. I was like, oh no.
Oh no. We got our 2nd round pick. We're good because he ended up. I think he needed to miss 6 weeks, and he missed 6 weeks now. So we're Gucci at this point on that front. But I just want to see consistency. Like, bro, you could put any of the 3 quarterbacks on this roster in the game. I'm not like a lot of fans who has a preference and who like waves pom-poms for any of these guys. I want to see someone be adequate and consistent because we haven't seen that yet, man.
Yeah, 100% agreed. Now, something we failed to do so was treat this game like we were playing Hurts and Sanders, because we all know Daniel Jones is a mobile quarterback and Barkley is pretty dang good. If we kept Jones in the pocket today and minimized Barkley, we'd have to make Jones beat us by throwing. You know what I mean? Jones getting out of the pocket really killed us today. If you had him in the pocket,
we turned Daniel Jones into 2004 Madden Michael Vick every time we play them, man.
Yeah,
it's so frustrating.
I mean, he had a decent game. 25 or 31, 200 flat, and a touchdown. Pretty good game if you're just looking at stats wise, but like you said, context matters. They did not treat this as a 1-0 game. They treated this as we're good. We can afford a game. No, you can't. Because now we're out of that 7 seed.
Yeah, man. I mean, no. We're still. I think we're still like with the tie. We're still sitting in the 7th spot right now
because Seattle won.
Seattle won. How many losses does Seattle? Oh no. I think we're good. I think we're still in the 7th spot though.
I just saw it and we were out of the 7th spot.
Oh, we're out of it because I heard we were staying in there. What's Seattle's record right now? What are they?
I will look.
I think they're 7-5, right? And we're 7-5-1.
I think they're better right now.
Are they 8-5? Because if that's the case, then they'll probably be ahead of us. But I think we might be.
So they're 7-5, but because they won in Minnesota. No, because New York stayed the exact same, and Seattle has a true win. They took the 7 seed because the tie does not help.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Yo, Dallas actually wants to lose this game tonight. Like, what is happening?
Guys, we're going this Sunday night because if we record this Monday, we'd all be dead. Recorded tonight. Yeah, so Dallas is playing Indy, and for whatever reason, Indy is staying in this fight. Something we don't know how to do, apparently.
Oh no, we know how to stay in the fight. We just don't know how to close the deal. We don't know how to hit him with that knockout punch. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like,
we're just pity patting with him. We're slap boxing with him. Like we're just like it's so annoying.
I look like Ric Flair just.
Hell yeah, just chopping at each other's chests, waiting for somebody to make the kill shot.
It never comes.
Yeah.
What
does the tie feel like to you guys?
Tie feels like some bull. It feels like a genjutsu. Feels like being catfished. Like say what you want. Like if a tie was the dating scene, this would be the equivalent of the girl talking about something. Right? Hey, Alex, nice to meet you. What's good? Wait, whoa. Time out. I didn't sign up for that. No.
It's if it's like on the dating, it's like y'all went home to call it a nightcap after a nice date, and then once you got there, y'all both got tired and just fell asleep. Exactly. Like that's what a tie feels like. nobody was satisfied that night.
There was no finishing that happened.
Hell no.
Oh,
it was so bad because I don't normally eat like fast food Mexican food. It was so bad. I got myself a Taco Bell. It was so bad.
Hopefully, you got that Baja Blast, right?
No, it was an unsweetened tea.
That Baja Blast hits, man. I love it, but I love them freezes, man.
I heard they're good.
So good, man. You gotta hit that happy hour 2 to 5.
No. This was a 9 o'clock after the movies type thing. I had to enjoy something, and it was food because it wasn't football. It was food.
I'm glad you got to enjoy that, man.
It wasn't easy. Here's the thing. So we're sitting at 7-5-1 going into the bye week. Then after that, we play New York at home. 3 of those 4 games, I think, are at home.
Yep, 3 or 4. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And that's good for us.
That's good for us, but those are worrisome because we don't like to finish seasons. We'll go literally under Ron's entire reign, 7-9, 7-10. We were sitting at 7-5-1. It's a bit of a consistency. It's not the good kind either.
Oh yeah, I will say though, like to add context for the remaining schedule, one, the San Francisco 49ers, a Super Bowl contender in the NFC, I would eliminate them from contention. Like they will probably win their division. Maybe Seattle might win their division, which would be like amazing for whoever the 5th seed is who gets to play Seattle in the first round. Because no matter how much of a fun story Geno Smith is, like, bro, you want to play Geno Smith in the first round of their playoffs.
The 5th seed would be Dallas.
Yeah, and I think that's who the winner of the NFC West would play. And if you get to play Brock Purdy or Geno Smith in a playoff game, that's what you prefer over the Tom Brady's of the world, even honestly, over a team like Minnesota or Philly.
Yeah, but this Geno Smith of 2022, it's a top 15 quarterback, honestly.
It is, but I would give me him versus Tom Brady in a playoff game.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, this Tom Brady with that O-line, I might feel a little bit better.
I don't know, bro. That's still the GOAT. And I wouldn't mind if Atlanta or somebody hawked them in that division, bro. Because he's the type of guy that can walk down the whole conference. All he needs is a ticket to the dance, because that's a GOAT right there. But I'm looking at it. One of our games is versus San Francisco. We can't lose the Mr. Irrelevant. Like, I know Kyle Shanahan, for some reason, somehow the wizard that he is made Brock Purdy look like a decent quarterback today. That was the last pick of this year's draft. That is a rookie. That is the last pick of the draft. Don't lose to him. 1. That's our only road game. It's versus that Niners team. That Niners defense is good enough to win it without a quarterback, though, especially with the quarterback that we have playing who likes to give the ball to the other team.
Because Bosa and Warner are quarterback hunters.
Second point, the next game after that, Deshaun Watson looked awful today. Like, he might need a few weeks to get his football legs back. He hasn't played in 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's been a while since he's played football. He looked they scored 27 points that he had nothing to do with today.
So
like
12 of those came from the defense.
Yep, and he had a very like Taylor Heineke-esque performance. Like, it was a 0 touchdown, 1 pick, 100 and something yards. Like, he looked bad, but he's gonna look better a few weeks from now, but maybe he's still learning on the fly and not used to his team yet. That's another thing to count for in our final game, our closer to end the year at FedEx Field versus Dallas. Dallas could be resting starters at that point because they could be clinched and they're not probably going to catch Philly for the top of the division. So we should win at least 9 games. If we don't come out with 9 wins and go 9-8, 9-7-1, 9-7-1, I don't know what to tell you, man, because the path is there. Go out and take it and execute, man. What about you, Justin? What you think?
100% agree with you there. I mean, we have to win at least 9 games minimum. If we don't, we have no chance for the playoffs this year. You might as well kiss it a goodbye. And, we worked all this, they busted their ass trying to get this far to make the playoffs, and now you're going to sit there and kiss it goodbye if you don't get to 9 wins at least. And then you top that, you lose that high draft pick for forcing yourself to play your hardest, you know what I mean? Instead of tanking for somebody.
Yeah.
Because, the quarterback spot, Heineke isn't our franchise guy. He's just that Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And unless you build around Sam Howell.
Hell yeah, man. And that's why, I don't even want to start this conversation today because it always ends up toxic. But at this, this, if you were ever going to insert a rookie into the lineup and make it make sense, it would be with 2 weeks to prepare for their first start. We're not going to see it, but I'm of the belief that I think Sam Howell is talented enough to produce what Taylor Heineke produces on a weekly basis. A lot of our fans are going to have a hissy fit when they hear that, but I'm positive. I think if Sam Howell knows at least 75% of the playbook, I'm positive he can do what Taylor Heineke does right now. Why? Because he's a better thrower than Taylor Heineke. He's a better runner than Taylor Heineke. He has more natural athletic ability, and he's not mechanically deficient. I've seen the guy dominate in college before. I've seen the guy projected to go top 5 in the draft before, and we haven't even seen him play with the first unit yet. He probably has no chemistry or synergy with these guys, but we watch rookie mistakes from our starting quarterback on a weekly basis from Carson and from Taylor Heineke, who are both 30 years old.
Yeah.
There's an actual 21-year-old on the roster where it would be a lot easier to accept some of these mistakes coming from a 21-year-old who's still wet behind the ears. Just adding context to it. I'm not trying to start a quarterback controversy or conundrum here. I'm just saying that we already know that the starter and the backup are not the long-term answers here. There's one enigma and one question mark on this roster, and that's the guy we haven't seen yet. Just saying.
Very, very true. And now, Ron Rivera could pull the Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith thing. I'm not saying how's going to be no Patrick Mahomes, but, Ron and the staff see Howe's talent every day on a weekly basis. You know what I mean? So they could give him that 1 year to sit down and start him next year and give a quarterback battle with Heineke, which I'd be okay with that because we have a lot of fixing to do if we want to be Super Bowl contenders next year. We have to re-sign Payne, hopefully.
Oh my God, pay him tonight. I would sign his extension right now. He had 2 sacks today. He had 2 sacks. But player of the game, baller. Yeah.
Payne, right now, honestly, Payne and Allen are probably my MVPs of the season.
No, they're the best 2 players on the team.
Yeah.
And Terry.
Terry.
Bless Terry's poor little heart. And just sit back right now. Close your eyes And imagine a world where Terry has a consistent quarterback over a 17-week period. When you close your eyes and you put this dream together, don't you envision like 14 and 1,500-yard seasons, over 100 catches and double-digit touchdown? Because the guy, he's at 945 yards on the season with absolute inconsistency on a weekly basis from both guys we've seen so far. Just imagine.
With only like 5 touchdowns on the season.
No, he's 3. The leader on the team is Jahan Dotson with 5 touchdowns. He caught his 5th touchdown today with a wicked spin move, by the way.
It was beautiful. It was a chef's kiss.
And for those wondering, like, where's Dotson been since he's got back? Ask the quarterback, because Jahan Dotson is open almost every route that he runs. He is a he literally is Terry's counterpart on the other side of the field. We could put him inside, we could put him outside, and Curtis Samuel. That trio is special. They all got busy today, and they all had plays left on the field today. We literally wasted an amazing run from Curtis Samuel in overtime, which should have put us in position to win the game. And then we blew it, and Ron had no faith in Taylor and company to go for 4th down on their side of the field. They said, F it, we will play for the tie instead of take a chance here.
Which is bullshit. Because here's the thing. McLaurin, 8 of 105 and a touchdown. So he made history. Kirko, 6 of 63. Jahan, 5 of 54. Between those 3 guys alone is over 200 yards.
Yep. And there was plenty left on the field.
Yes.
Jahan should have had 9 catches for like 110 and 2 touchdowns. Curtis Samuel should have had 90 receiving yards. That's crazy, bro. Like, it's
wild.
It's not, I promise you, the turnovers hurt because they swing games. The Giants only get that touchdown in the second half because Taylor Heineke gave them the ball in the 20, and because they gave them, the O-line didn't hold up, Like there's blame. There's a lot of the blame pie to go around that could be split between multiple people. But Taylor's biggest deficiency is that he leaves too much on the field, and he's not using his best weapon enough, which is his legs, to make plays. On the 4th down that he converted, that was the most big-time throw I've seen Taylor make since his first start versus Tampa in that playoff game. That throw he made on 4th down, rolling to the left, escaping, I was like, why can't he do this more? Why is he trying to win from the pocket? You are an undersized quarterback without the best processing time. Move around and make stuff happen. You're an ad-lib improv guy. Be that guy. Play with your hair on fire. He's like trying to play safe, and that's not his style of football.
No,
you're not a safe game manager guy. You're kind of a gunslinger without a gun. But you got to shoot. You know what I'm saying?
You want to know who he reminds me of? Justin, sorry to cut you off. You know who he reminds me of? A poor man's Cam Newton.
I get what you mean.
A poor man's. He's got the talent. He's got the legs. A decent arm for his size. There's more to be desired, but for his size, I'll give him credit. He's doing what he's working.
That don't be hanging in there like a balloon.
But it's so bad. I think the farthest I've ever seen him throw was like 40 yards, 45 yards. If that. Nowadays, you need people to throw 60-yard dots just to get a first down.
Yeah, that Joan he threw to Curtis Samuel in the Vikings game. It looked like he was throwing a javelin, bro. He put his whole soul into that Joan, bro.
And we only got lucky because the ref had
knocked one of the 4 defenders down. He threw it in the quadruple coverage.
Yeah, but part of that's because the coaching staff recently, or you remember the preseason when Howell balled out one game? I think it was the 3rd game.
Yep.
Press conference said he was asked why didn't you roll out and use your legs more, and he said Ron and Scott Turner said they wanted us to stay more in the pocket, and I think that's affecting Taylor Heineke's game. They don't want him to run out.
I think that was like a preseason work on it type thing. Like as a quarterback, you don't have to you have to be able to make your own decision. Just like a quarterback can go to the line and change the play, a quarterback, you have to have feel. And Taylor, like Carson, lacks feel a lot of the time, and he waits too long to make the decision of whether I pull it and run or try to force a throw in there. He doesn't have the arm strength to throw late. So a lot of his throws are super late. You can only do that when you have arm arrogance and you have the rifle that could get it in there. So he needs to use his legs. There's no you don't have to listen to coaches, bruh. Like, make plays. Good quarterbacks don't listen to coaches. They go wherever the play is to be made, bruh. And Taylor is a dual threat quarterback. Use your threat. That's your weapon. Your weapon is not a gun, my guy. It is not your right arm, sir. It is your two legs. Use them.
Ballers, hold up. We got a few sponsors we need to personally thank for here at Ballin and Burgundy. First, our guy Washington on the Daily, both on Instagram and YouTube. Huge sponsor. We want to give our massive thanks out to them. You can follow Washington on the Daily, both on Instagram and on Twitter, WSH on the Daily. Our guy Tony, who's Pro Tech Sports Network. Huge thanks to him. I met up with him at the Commanders-Vikings game. Huge thanks to him. Our guy Sanchez at On the Warpath podcast over on YouTube and on Instagram. And then finally, our guy Rio Robinson, Mr. Rambling with Rio himself, our newest sponsor, and a huge thanks to him. Met up with him at the Vikings Commanders game as well. So thank you to him. Again, huge thanks. Again, all of their Instagrams and YouTubes are going to be down in the description. You guys go follow all of them. And again, one big thank you to Rio, Tony, Sanchez, Washington on the Daily for being sponsors of not only today's video, but Ballin and Burgundy as a podcast. Get back to work.
And now we return you to our regular scheduled program.
It's because if we had the confidence of last year's Taylor with the weapons of this year,
oh man,
be a lot better.
Oh yeah, he's playing to keep the job right now rather than with his hair on fire. Like, I need to see that same hair on fire guy. Like, I don't see the same moxie out of him, man. He trying to stay in that starting job, bro. He trying to keep the position. Like, I feel you in a way, but nah, I don't got time for that, bro. Like, there's too much being left on the field. Like, as much as we kill Scott Turner for play calling, dudes are open every week. Like, I could point multiple glaring plays that are open every week. My bad, Justin. Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I'm just saying, yeah, they have to Taylor has to capitalize on that, He has to spread the ball out more. I see he likes just throwing with Terry all the time, Curtis, speed threat, speed demon, he's a great weapon. So is Dotson, great weapon. You have to utilize your guys more. You can't just throw with Terry and hope to God he catches it, like the Colts game.
Oh, we need to definitely outlaw the wide receiver screen in our offense too, because we call the worstly timed receiver screens in like the history of football. I watched us run 2 screens back to back today. Like, bro, what are we doing? What is going on, bro? Dig into your bag a little bit, Scott. They make it so blatantly obvious that they don't trust Taylor. And they that can't be this dude's been in your offense, Scott, for 4 years. So that's not a good sign.
It's not. Here's the thing. Sweeps, get rid of, or screens, get rid of them. Jet sweeps, somehow we love those too. We love those with Curtis.
Never call them at the right time.
They never do. If you know the defense are on their heels, keep them on their heels. But if they're pounding you for 5 sacks a game, you don't call these jet sweeps. You don't call these dump it down for 2 yards. I would bring in an extra offensive lineman. Leave a receiver off the field. You bring in a 6 lineman to get a double team so you can run out left or run out right. Facts. If it's not open, then you run. Not dump it off for 2 yards and then they get brought back to the line of scrimmage. Now it's 3rd and 11.
100% agreed. What do you guys think? Do you think Nick Martin's our answer with Orson out? I think we need to sign a veteran center. I don't trust him since the Cowboys game with all of them low snaps he did.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'll just say, like the Giants' defensive line took our lunch money today. Like
Yep.
they imposed their will on our offensive line through the entire duration of this game, and we got to do better, especially by captains and leaders of the team like Charles Leno. Like Charles Leno got Taylor Heineke destroyed in overtime today. Like, bro, we can't be having that, man. And all those penalties, there were some bad calls, but we actually committed a lot of stupid penalties as well.
We did.
The Giants are a disciplined team that doesn't shoot themselves in the foot a lot.
They don't.
You know, we can't play that type of game versus a team like this.
No. Because we had 7 penalties for 56 yards compared to their 4 for 34. So there's 20 yards right there of stuff you didn't have to call. Like I said, Giants had 5 sacks. Dexter Lawrence had 1. Kayvon Thibodeau had 1. Jihad Ward had 1. Jamarion Ellis had 1. Aziz Wujlari, bad name, sorry.
Ojulari, yeah, Aziz
Thank you,
Ojulari,
Ojulari
he's good.
had
He's
1.
good.
It's like they said, treat sacks like receivers treat touchdowns. Everyone's gonna get one today.
Hell yeah. And I want us to keep the same energy with the sacks that we kept when Carson was in at quarterback, because we're not going to sit here and put all Carson sacks on Carson and then excuse all Heineke sacks as the O-line. Let's be objective and impartial about all of them. Go back and watch them all again. There were some on the quarterback and there was some on the offensive line, and there was some where the blame was to go around. But my thing is, fans need to stop this playing favorite shit when it comes to the quarterbacks here. Always trying to form factions and hives and civil war amongst other fans and shit. Bro, I don't care who the quarterback is if they're producing. It's just, no matter who's in, I'm going to objectively critique their game. I'm going to talk the good, and I'm gonna praise the good, and I'm gonna put emphasis on the bad. I'm gonna air them out when they don't play good. Same with the coaches. I don't play favoritism. I'm a Washington Commanders, Redskins football team fan. They come before any player that ever plays here. I want everybody who suits up to succeed, but I will call it out if they don't. So,
yep,
it is what it is, man.
100%.
It's no, I think Justin, you and I have gone back and forth on this between would coaches be rid of quarterback, because for those who are tuning in, because I go to ODU, I am a Monarch, so I love me some Heineke, but he ain't playing like he's a starter. He's not. I'm sorry, this ain't college anymore.
He's getting saved by the defense and the weapons.
Yep.
But I will give him this though. As bad as he was from the second quarter through like the middle of the fourth quarter, he was so big time on that last drive of the fourth quarter that we had. Not the last, the penultimate drive, the one where we tied it up with Dotson. Like, he was so big time on that drive. I was like, bruh, I forgive everything you did these last 3 quarters, because I even said it, like, I was trying to put this in the air just so I could will us the victory. I was like, yo, I will get a Taylor Heineke jersey if he pulls his game out today. But we tied, so won't be copping a Taylor Heineke jersey. But I tried to will the juju of victory, man.
Yeah. Do you think we should have went for that instead of tied it?
In overtime? Oh, no. Oh, you mean like went for 2?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like the Kyle Allen situation in 2020?
Yeah, more or less.
No, I don't think we should have went for that, but I think we should have went for 4th and 5 on their side of the field in overtime.
Very true. I wanted to, but they're too consistent, or what do you call it? Conservative. Yeah.
Like, I would rather kick a 65-yard field goal than to punt the ball with 3 minutes left in overtime.
Dude, when Gano kicked that, I was holding my breath, and I saw like 5 yards short or something. I was like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, because the accuracy, it was perfectly lined up.
It was, like I said, perfect. I was like, do I root for Gano because I'm in my fantasy league? But no, I need us to win. And he was, I was like, I can take 2 yards short, but I would have rather us lost, because I was like, all right, a field goal we can hold, fine, hold him to a field goal. At least we take the loss, like you said. There's something to, stamp on the wall and say, all right, this is why we lost. We had every reason to win and lose this game, and we did neither.
Yeah, the Giants did too. Like I said, it was a hold my beer, you win the game competition that we kept just sending it back and forth like we're playing air hockey. Like, It was crazy.
It was like Ron said, either win the game or draw 25, and he has about 65 cards in his right hand.
Well, he got the whole deck.
Apparently doesn't want to win these. I don't want to say easy games, but games we shouldn't be tying or having close games. Like,
mind you, we were up 10-0 in the
You were.
first quarter after our first two possessions. We forced a turnover.
Yep.
We failed because we missed wide open Logan Thomas on the first drive, settled for a field goal. Second drive, Terry gets a walk-in touchdown after breaking a tackle on bum-ass Fabian Moreau, former Jag of Washington.
Yep.
And then everything went downhill from there.
Yeah. We had no reason to take our foot off the pedal, and that's exactly what we did. If we treat every team like they're undefeated, we should be able to win these games, or at least
Facts.
Facts.
Very true.
Say, hey, it's the Steelers again. Hey,
that's why I want this game to be. I want this next Giants game to be in prime time, bro. They need something to play for. I will say though, it is nice that we're not going to be complacent over the bye week. We had something to feel hungry about. Yeah. We don't get to poke our chest out. But no, I'm not going to excuse that. We should have won that game, and I'm very pissed that we didn't win the game.
Here's the thing: we've stayed close in games we should have won by like 8. Indy by a point. Chicago by 5.
Mm-hmm.
Philly, we got lucky with Philly. Let's be real. We got lucky with Philly.
We did everything. We kept the ball out of their hands. We held the ball for 42 minutes in that game. That's why we won that game, because we kept Jalen Hurts off the field. Because you seen Jalen Hurts today. Jalen Hurts is really good. Jalen Hurts is really good at throwing the football, and I take back everything I said before about Jalen Hurts.
I agree. I do too.
Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback right now. And I will firmly say that
he's an MVP candidate, top 3 MVP candidate. And
if he doesn't win MVP, he's damn sure in the race for Offensive Player of the Year. It's him and probably Tyreek Hill if he doesn't win MVP.
Yep.
Yeah. Mahomes will probably get it off a team record and statistics, but Jalen Hurts will probably be the runner-up for MVP this year. And that's not words that I ever expected to come out of my mouth, because I know how I felt. But Jalen Hurts took the right steps and progression in that team that Howie Roseman constructed around him. They put a roster around that boy. He already clicked between the ears. He had the mental game right, but as a passer, he wasn't there yet. He took the right precautions and steps to get better, because that boy looks like a polished passer right now. Yeah. I wish we had one of those in the building, because I think a really good quarterback could take this team far, like right now. Like, I don't think, even though we have holes on the roster, I think a really good quarterback could have this team competing for this conference this year.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it
might be Howell next year, or who I wouldn't put it past us to draft another quarterback, but let's see what you got with Howell.
I think they're going to do the typical Washington panic thing, and they're going to trade for Derek Carr in the offseason.
Not with that contract. I wouldn't. Not with that contract.
I could see the Raiders getting out of that contract and taking some dead cap and releasing him, and us signing him or something, or like restructuring. I could see them doing that. Like, my thing is, I don't want us touching another veteran unless it's Aaron Rodgers.
So I take
we're
Rodgers.
not gonna get Rodgers, because they're probably not going to trade him here, or we don't want to pay the cost of his contract. But if you're going to swing for upper echelon, or just draft a guy, I don't want us to settle for any more mid or any more someone else's trash, or like he's a little bit of an upgrade, or no, it needs to be top of the line, or just draft a guy, or just give the next year to Heineke and Howell and draft a quarterback in 2024. I just don't know if they I don't know in their position if they can not go swing for a quarterback in 2023. It's such a weird, we always put ourselves in such a weird predicament. Like, we're never bad enough to pick very high in the draft. We never want to push our cards in to trade up for a guy, because we have nightmares of RG3 trade. Like, at some point you got to draft your own quarterback, because quarterbacks don't grow on trees, and they very rarely get moved if they're an actual franchise guy.
Here's the problem. Is we may have a new owner this offseason, or at least within the next year, we have a new owner. That's going to scare me the most, because now he's going to say, hey, draft up to the number 1 overall pick. give him all the cards and take C.J. Stroud. If there's a new owner, I could very well see that happening, and we would probably ruin him the way we would like to ruin quarterbacks.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I feel like I would love to see that, but I would rather have the number 1 pick in 2024 for Caleb Williams. But I don't think we can wait for that. But the thing is, even with new ownership, we're still going to have the same coach and stuff in play because new ownership's going to happen past the hiring period of coaches and stuff. So Ron and them are safe for another season.
Yeah.
Meaning Ron is running the show.
Yeah.
And we know how conservatively Ron and them are. They sit on their hands and they play the wait and see approach rather than the attacking success approach. Yeah. I think they're going to try. They're going to try again really hard to get a significant upgrade. And I really feel like before Jimmy G got hurt today and broke his foot, I was pretty sure we were going to sign him because he's a free agent this offseason.
Yeah,
but now that he broke his foot, I don't think so. I think the team is going to go after Derek Carr hard in the offseason because I think he'll be the best available quarterback unless someone actually pulls the trigger for Aaron Rodgers. But we'll get there when we get there. We're right in the middle of the playoff picture. And the one thing that this tie hurt my soul for is just the possibility that we might get to witness an 11-win season because I haven't seen one once in my life yet. And a 8-5 record would have actually given us a significant chance at getting there. And that's not going to happen now.
No. I just want to see double digits. I just want to see double-digit wins.
I wanted 11.
I just want to see it because I'm with you. I haven't seen it in my lifetime, and I'm younger than you.
Yeah,
I have not seen it. I have not seen us being confident, strong, and winning ever.
This is the first time in 14 years since 2008 that we've had 7 wins before the month of December started. Jim Zorn was the coach last time that happened. We started that season 6-2 and finished 8-8. Only Washington.
No, only Washington and only Dallas because they love their 8-8 seasons.
Oh yeah, they do. Like 6-2, we were on top of the world with Jason Campbell and company. And then the election Monday night football game versus the Steelers happened, and the whole season went down the drain after Carlos Rogers dropped a clear pick 6 in that game. Typical Washington things. One bad thing happens, slippery slope of bad events takes place for the duration of the game or season.
Yep.
It's all right. Because think about this, we started the season off 1-4 under Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those games, honestly, we should have lost that Jacksonville game if Eddie doesn't have hands, sponsored by Butterfingers. And then he dropped it. Let's be real, he dropped that. It would have been probably a touchdown if not a first.
Oh no, that was a walk-in touchdown.
Yeah, but no, he drops it.
No, we clutched that joint though. We clutched it out. We clutched that joint out for sure. Jahan, that was super clutch. That was an amazing game to be at.
Yes, we started 1-4. Then we go to
Chicago
5-5, and then we go to 7-5, and then we go to 7-5-1. I'd rather be 7-6 right now. I would much rather be 7-6 than 7-5-1.
I hate that tie. I hate it.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
It's not a loss, but it's
job's not done.
Job's definitely not done.
It's a tie. Kobe is like. Everyone can agree Kobe said it best. What's there to smile for? Job's not done.
At all.
I'm sure as hell ain't done now.
And we're going to be facing the Giants with the exact same record when we would have jumped them for the 6th seed in the NFC with a victory today. And now we're on the outside looking in at this point. But we're going to be playing the Giants with the same record because the Eagles are going to get in their ass next week. They cannot compete with the Eagles with that offense they have. Their receiving core is absolute poverty. And Daniel Jones has his training wheels are as large as the training wheels we put on Heineke. They don't trust that man really to air that thing out at all. Like he had 140 passing yards today. Like, they're going to be 7-5-1 when they come to Washington in 2 weeks. And I hope the game's on Saturday Night Football. Yeah. That would be great.
Like this is their receiver room. Darius Slayton, Richie James, Isaiah Hodgins, Marcus Johnson, David Stills the 5th. That is their receiver room because Shepard, Colin Johnson, Wan'Dale Robinson, all IR. If Rondale was in this game, I think things would have gone differently. Kenny Golladay was just out. Their $75, $79 million man has done jack shit in New York.
He has. He's robbed them from their money. all he has done.
Yeah, highway robbery. But
Mm.
field wise, he's done next to nothing. He makes Curtis Samuel's season last year look like a Hall of Famer. Because Curtis was on the field and he was injured. He had a reason not to be on the field. Kenny Galladay just doesn't get looked at all.
Oh, he sucks.
He was a god in Detroit. You come to the Mecca, nothing. Not a soul. They should have Kadarius Toney, and he looks like a star in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! I mean, that's the Patrick Mahomes effect. You could literally throw everybody, and you could throw us three out there with Mahomes, and we're somehow putting up fantasy numbers with him because that guy is special, man.
Yeah,
special guy. One day, guys, we're gonna have one of those here, man. One day we're gonna get one of those bad boys here in Washington. I dream about it. It's my dream to see one of those one day. We will see someone throw 30 touchdowns here at some point of our life.
Arch Manning.
Oh man.
No,
you could put it in ink right now. He's the number 1 overall pick the year he comes out. It's not even a debate. I would start him today at 17 years old.
I started him yesterday. What are you talking about?
Hell yeah. Manning? Is that who you're talking about? Arch Manning?
Yes. Yeah. The son of Cooper Manning and the nephew of Peyton and Eli. Yes.
Peyton and Eli. Absolutely.
He's a freakazoid because he's a Manning, but he's mobile. Like he's fast. He's Cooper's son, the athletic Manning. Yeah. Like he can move and he can do all the arm stuff.
As Stone Cold once said, that's how the white man runs the football.
Longest yard. That's how a white man runs the football.
You bitch.
You bitch. I seen somebody post, that's what Nick Bosa says when McCaffrey runs the ball.
So, like,
because Bosa subscribes to the MAGA Jack Del Rio.
He gets in the locker room. That's how the white man plays guitar.
The white man plays guitar. Oh my God, I'm glad we were able to laugh about something because the way that I felt after that game today, like I felt so incomplete and empty. I felt like my Sunday was wasted, and we have to just sit and think about how empty we feel for the next 2 weeks because there's no game next week.
Yeah, it's brutal. Like there's not even college football to look forward to because at least you can get into like false like security in a team. Like I think NC State's gonna be Syracuse or like there's something to watch. There ain't shit.
There is something to watch. It's called Giants getting their ass beat by Philly.
Well, there's that, but at the same time, it's like, well, we saw that coming. There's no excitement to it. If it's not a 40-point game by Philly, they did something wrong.
Yeah, well, it's divisional, so divisional games can be mucked up, and you can almost throw the records out at the end of the day. But man, the Philly's gonna get them out of here, and we need to take care of business. We need to stop looking around at what other teams are doing, hoping other teams lose, and just worry about what we do. Win the next 2 games. You got the Giants, which we see now is a very beatable team. Yep. And then you got the 49ers, who are going to be starting Mr. Irrelevant of the 2022 NFL Draft, Brock Purdy. When you
we actually have Cleveland. We go New York and then we go Cleveland.
No, we got Cleveland on. We got Cleveland on New Year's Day, and we got the Niners on Christmas Eve at Levi Stadium. We got them on the 24th, and hold on, that's a Saturday, right? Yeah, we play the Niners on Saturday. Yeah, we play them on a Saturday. That's why I want the Giants game to be on Saturday night. It lines up perfectly. It keeps our games a week apart, and we don't play on Christmas, bro. Like, we got the Niners on Christmas Eve.
I'll be on a cruise. I won't see nothing. I'll be like, Washington starting. I'll see y'all next week.
We'll let you know how the game went when you get back. We'll let you know if we're still in the playoff picture.
I hope so. I hope so.
Carnival or Royal Caribbean?
Royal Caribbean. Normally it's Disney, but family is like, hey, going on a cruise. All right, fine. What is it? Royal Caribbean? Nah. All right, trying something.
I've been on a Carnival. I've always wanted to go on a Disney cruise. I've never been on Royal Caribbean, but cruises are great, man. Enjoy that. You get to actually have fun on a Sunday instead of having a heart attack and a stroke watching this football team. Yeah.
No, I also have a heart attack because I'm going to be wondering, are we winning Or are we just doing what Washington does best and lose?
Get on the Wi-Fi. Get on the Wi-Fi. You be all right.
I ain't paying for that Wi-Fi. I ain't paying $20 a day. I'm
Nope.
a professional stay-at-home, so I can't afford these prices. I'm broke, baby.
I feel that. I feel that.
I ain't got
Hey,
money.
Real quick, Cowboys are winning 46-19.
Look
Six
at
minutes
what
left.
look at what a potent offense does. This was a close game like 30 minutes real time ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Ryan just costed 2 interceptions and a fumble.
Yep. And
Honestly,
Dallas made them pay because that's what good teams do. They turn over the ball and then they make you pay for it.
just
Dude, I
be
love-
glad we didn't
I-
trade for Matt Ryan. Just be glad we didn't get Matt Ryan.
Yeah, true. Well, I love Dallas's defensive scheme. They actually stack the box.
Yeah,
They
they're
show
great.
blitz. They blitz, and then they back off.
Yep.
I'm gonna
You
say
know.
something. I'm gonna say something really disgusting.
I don't care.
Go ahead.
Give me your
Dallas,
best.
Dallas could actually win the NFC.
They could.
They're literally they're the most talented team in the conference this year on both sides of the ball to me. And they have the best defense in the conference, and they have a really good quarterback. They have a run game, and they have weapons to throw to, and their offensive. Bro, they're just Dallas, so they will always find a way to choke or to mess it up. But this is a season where if Philly's the class of this conference, they haven't seen Dak Prescott yet. They played Cooper Rush.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dallas may be the favorite when the postseason starts. And I say that hoping that I'm wrong, but I don't see many teams that can score with Dallas.
No.
I think when it's all said and done, we may be looking at Dallas versus Minnesota in the NFC.
You know what's a really bad? Sorry to cut you off. So right now they only have 2 sacks on Indy, and they have 3 picks. A very real possibility is an Eagles Dallas NFC championship. That is a possibility I thought I'd never come out of my mouth.
Yeah. Scary.
Dallas won't run into them in the second round?
I don't think so. Because Philly has that first round bye.
Yeah, and I'm saying, but wouldn't Dallas run into them in the divisional round? Or it would depend on how the seeding and stuff work. Because they're the first seed, so they'd be getting the lowest seed that enters the next round.
Yeah, that's generally what happens.
There's a good chance though that the 5th seed could be the lowest seed in the second round. So.
It's a possible, because right now it'd be Philly 1. So this is the current NFC title picture. So Philly's 1, Minnesota and Seattle is 2 and 7, New York and San Francisco 3 and 6, Dallas and Tampa 5 and 4. So it'd be if things went according to plan, it'd be Philly and Seattle, and let's say it was Dallas, San Francisco, because New York probably gets blown up by Nick Bosa. Eagles Dallas is not out of the possibility, and that is
that's disgusting. I can't have an all NFC East NFC championship. Hold up. So where was Minnesota eliminated in what you just said?
No, Minnesota. Oh, I said they lost to Seattle.
They lost. Oh no, they're not losing to Seattle.
I don't think so, but I mean, it wouldn't be the worst. I mean, it wouldn't be the biggest, biggest shock.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a big shock, but I just Minnesota's good, man. Just put Kirk when the sun's out, and they can beat anybody in the league. Yeah, just don't turn the lights off. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Don't put the sun down.
It's over.
Hell yeah, because 1 p.m. Kirk is a top 7 quarterback in this league. And 4:25 and 8:15 Kirk is Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy how you could go from being a top 7 quarterback in the league to being a bottom 5 quarterback in the NFL, but Kirk manages to do it every year. But I think that Minnesota team, they're going to contend for this conference. God, Dallas is so good. Oh my God, this defense. What are we watching, bro? I just watched 4 straight turnovers get forced.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why can't you see how every person that goes for a tackle rips for the ball? Why don't we do that?
See, if we were smart and we wanted someone like a Micah Parsons,
just
trade up and get Will Anderson Jr. I don't care if he's another Bama prospect. We love apparently to suck off Nick Saban, those Bama prospects. Jamin Davis
He's an edge guy. Who are we bumping? Because Will Anderson's an edge.
Oh,
He's
is
coming off
he
that
edge?
edge. Yeah, he's like an edge guy, bro. Like he's taking Chase or Sweat's job if he comes in this jump. And don't get me started on Chase. Chase is an urban legend of
Yeah.
myth and lore at this
Yeah,
point.
at this rate, yeah.
Like, if he don't come back after the bye week, I'm good on this year, bro. I'm cool.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, real quick. Sorry to cut you off. A guy I've been saying forever is Isaiah Simmons. He would be the poor Michael Parsons on our defense if we added him, because he could play anywhere: edge, Mike, safety, corner.
Mm-hmm.
Very fast, could head. Can you imagine the stuff Jack could do with a guy like that?
It would probably take Jack 3 years to figure out what to do with him, but yes, it would. It could be very fruitful for this defense. And one more thing before I get out of here, Montez Sweat, while he was in the game today, he played very undisciplined football. Ron and them have been harping on guys finally buying into the system and they're not freelancing. As an edge guy with a quarterback that's a dual threat guy that always shreds us on the ground, Montez Sweat alone gave Daniel Jones like 3 first downs in the first 2 possessions of the game because he's peeking his head inside at the run instead of holding down the edge, and he didn't contain. And those undisciplined plays is why Daniel Jones runs for like 100 yards on us every time.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between keeping a 10-0 lead or letting them immediately take it off the board.
Very true.
Yeah. Honestly, if Chase Young doesn't play this year, I'm not going to be heartbroken. You give him a full 365 days to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't just the ACL; it was his patella too. If I'm not mistaken,
the patella tendon. I'm gonna be 100% straight up with y'all. That Von Miller story that he re-aggravated his knee was true. That it was true, and they don't want to say it. He definitely he definitely set his knee back and set his recovery back. Training with Von Miller this summer, going a little harder than he should have at that point.
Oh yeah,
they're not gonna come out and own that, but oh my God, Dallas's defense is just. Bruh, they're so elite on both sides of the ball. Like,
Dallas might have the best defense in the league, and I'll openly say it.
Can you imagine?
They're the favorites in this conference, bro.
Yeah, fumble. It's like fumble number 4 of the day.
Yep, they're nice,
bro. If Dallas doesn't win a single playoff game, Mike McCarthy's out of there. I think that's a guarantee. Because this team, like Rio said, Dallas, I know guys, we're talking about Dallas, but be quiet. Dallas is too talented not to win. They're just love their penalties for whatever reason. They gave up 14 against San Francisco last time in the playoff picture. They gave up 14 for like 110 yards. So the quarterback throws is 110 yards. He gave up a full game for a quarterback. Oh, but if Dallas loses, I would love to hear Stephen A. Smith that next morning. What can go wrong will go wrong. I'm all for it.
Well, you know what they do? They do something we don't do. They blitz. Do we
blitz?
No, they blitz.
Yeah, Dan Quimby dialing it up, bro.
Yeah.
And when we do blitz, it actually I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. This Dallas team is terrifying, bro. Like, we can't score 21 points in a game, and we're supposed to be able to match this team. Yikes.
Honestly,
we're in trouble.
To contend for the 6 or 7 seed, we have to go 3 straight now. Because I don't think we beat Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we beat Dallas.
True, but we probably have more divisional wins than the Giants. If we beat the Giants, we beat Philly once, because Giants are not going to beat Philly. I highly doubt Giants will beat Dallas. So this Philly game means everything.
It does.
In 2 weeks.
But I still think they contend even for a spot, because so you have 4 division winners. I think Dallas gets in at the 5, and I think San Francisco gets in at that 6. For us to even contend for that 7, we need 10 wins. And honestly, we have to go best case scenario, we
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. If we go 4-0, I'm quitting this season. We go 4-0. I'm done. I'm retired.
I'm good. I honestly, I think I could ascend into the afterlife at that
Exactly.
point. Like I see 11 wins. Like I'm good. I'm good at that point. Like I'm cool, bro. Like I don't care what happens from this point. Talk to me nice, but yeah, man. We gotta get our shit together, and we need some consistent play out of the quarterback, and we need some consistent play out of the defense. Because I'm looking at this Dallas team.
Yep.
Right now, I can't look at any team, even the Eagles in the NFC, and say that they're more talented and playing better than Dallas is right now.
Yep.
And I hate to say that. I hate Dallas.
Yeah. Justin, anything else to add before we wrap up and let Rio go?
No. We pretty much covered everything.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to Rio's channel. All the links to his Instagram, YouTube, PayPal, all that's gonna be down in the description. Go check him out. He's not one of our sponsors, but also a guy just to talk to, and he is fabulous about that. Nothing but love for him, and much things coming on tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, to the Ballin and Burgundy podcast. All the links down in the description around the frame. I would say left hands up, but I'm gonna put this left hand right the fuck back down.
Put your elbow up today.
Put your elbows in there.
Elbow up.
Yeah. Elbows in there. There's a little action.
Chicken wing on them real quick.
Exactly. I mean, before I let y'all go, Commanders, Ron Rivera, put y'all motherfucking head back down and get aboard
as they take out their Metro cards and get aboard the LGBT train.
Any good T train. It stands for ties. We don't like ties here. Unless it's a suit, fuck them.
Mid-Monday. Enjoy.
Monday. Mid misery Monday. MJF said it best.
And that word is mid.
Other than that, guys, we'll see y'all next time. And don't forget, stay ballin'. We'll see y'all out there.
Yep, see ya.